Season 3, Episode 7 of Tulsa King, Art of War. Things get really interesting in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, and it's probably the best written episode, in my opinion, of this season. We see Dwight call Quiet Ray, or get a call from Quiet Ray, and basically kind of hash out things and kind of still be on the same page of what happened before the previous episode where the shootout happened and Quiet Ray thought it was for him, but Dwight's like, no, it was for me. They kind of hash things out a little bit, but Dwight knows that he's on Quiet Ray's list to get whacked, so to speak, of how Dwight put it. Dwight then goes to see the Attorney General to talk some business and ask a favor to restore the liquor license that Dwight lost because of Dunmire, which is an interesting aspect of things, and Dwight is doing his bidding, and Dwight is just making conversation and making plans and deals, which is great to see this character do. Anytime his back against the wall, it's just like he's down and out. We don't see that aspect to it. But in this episode, he's making a lot of wheelings and dealings. Then we have Tyson's character, which is a side subplot that made no sense with Goody and the bartender Spencer, because, like I said, that whole aspect of what was going on with that, was it for comedy, was it for certain reasons? Didn't care, it didn't matter, it didn't serve any purpose to the story of what was going on in this episode. Then Dwight calls Margaret Devereaux and asks Margaret for a favor. Margaret's like, okay, yeah, no problem, I'll do that. And then Margaret meets with Anna, evidently the Attorney General's wife, or ex-wife, so to speak, and kind of gets an understanding of how the Attorney General works and what's going on and what's happening. Then we see Dwight meet with Thresher, with Margaret there, and Dwight's like, why don't you come to my place and, you can meet with the Attorney General, yada, yada, yada. And seeing Thresher in kind of this way and mold is really interesting, because then you have the aspect of, okay, anything's possible and anything can happen. The AG then meets with Thresher at the saloon, and to show that, he's a man's man, can get everything going. But Thresher's drinking a martini. The AG gets a martini. But then the AG is scoping out the place. He doesn't know who owns it. And he kind of sees that it's gambling. And the AG is a gambler. And we see Dwight, Margaret, they're all in the back. They're looking at the video and surveillance and watching what's going on. They're listening in and everything just to get the AG riled up. And they do that. They just, give him money, and he just starts gambling and gambling. And this is a way how Dwight gets the AG in his pocket. The AG blows through $100,000, and the AG says, I don't have that kind of money at all. It's like, okay, but here's what you can do for me. So Dwight always has a motive, and it's really interesting to see. We then see Dunmire show up with his men. It's like, you got to my AG. Yeah, alright, that's fine. You understand that. And then Dwight starts to spiel with the Art of War situation and everything. And then in an interesting turn of events, we see the aspect of Dunmire getting upset and frustrated, goes to the AG, and he assaults the AG. Like, whoa. He then gets arrested, gets put in jail. And it's like, wow, okay, that was an interesting thing. Not only that, we're also shown, and it's the focus on Cole Dunmire, his son. Dunmire basically says to his son, what kind of a man are you? Why do you fail so much? Whoa, hey, excuse me? You're supposed to be my father. Why are you talking to me like that, It's a really interesting thing. And a lot of people have guessed that Cole might turn against his father and join Dwight. It could happen. We might see. He's then in this kind of, somewhat of a relationship with the bartender Spencer, but who knows? This was a very interesting episode from start to finish. It was very well written, very well paced. I liked how the interactions were happening. And this is episode 7. 10 episodes on total in this season 3. It's going to get interesting a lot more, because now Dwight started a war with Dunmire. But what will happen now? Once now the liquor license is restored, we know that. The AG is now working with Dwight. Thresher could be appointed and win the governorship of the state. So it's really fun. We know season 4 is happening. And evidently Samuel L. Jackson's character, which his character gets a spin-off called Nola King. Don't quote me on that. But that could happen soon in episode 9 or 10. And then, a lot of things. A lot of things. This is a fun season. Very well done, and it's going to get interesting from here on out. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 7, season 3 of Tulsa King. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the pacing? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? Do you like that Dwight is dealing and wheeling with certain things? And how do you think this season is going to end? Let me know in the comment section about all of the questions I just asked. And be sure you tune in next week to my season 3, episode 8 review of Tulsa King.